Soul Calibur says, I just want to discuss a couple of things with the game, since I never got a chance to do that, and to talk about some of the things that this game does differently, if I can recall some of the things that I have learned so far. Because when we first did this about 3.5 weeks ago, the mic wasn't working, or I did not turn on the mic in this particular case, and we weren't able to go in depth into this. So we're in training mode. I'm going to leave it here for just a second, because what we are going to do is we're going to go and look through 5 characters and their setups. I do want to know that I might make mistakes on this, because I am coming from Tekken, and a lot of the things that I may make some mistakes with the way I talk about these particular things. Goodness, they put some sort of things concerning how to play the game in the tutorial, but unlike Tekken, which allows me to showcase the move, they don't really do that here. That's one mistake there. Another thing is that 2 of the characters, one DLC and one from the disc, have a issue with the meter. We're not going to look at those characters until they fix that particular problem. Then you have the announcement that you just heard all over. 2B is coming to the game. And so that brings a whole different kettle of fish into that situation. Then you have 2 more characters coming soon. We don't know who they are, but we'll see. Okay. Who am I going to start with? We're going to start with the character with the idiot setups here.
Mitsurugi, let's go.
An interesting thing someone mentioned about this particular character, and something that existed in Soul Calibur 2, which is the second most famous of the series games, because they had Link for the GameCube. It wasn't Kratos, it was somebody else. It wasn't Kratos, it was somebody else. It was, I don't recall. They had a character that I don't remember from the Street Fighter, but I remember they had Spawn. I think the PlayStation 2 version had Kratos, and the other one for the Nintendo GameCube had Link there. So in this particular case, they're bringing 2B from both from the PlayStation, from Nier Automata, and that one is kind of weird though. I do have to say that for a posterity. So the second character we are going to be using, we're not going to get to Ivy yet. Ivy is a little interesting.
Let's begin.
Young Miha will be the one that we'll use. they're gonna put her story on there. Now they're gonna have to explain how she got there, but she's DLC. They said they were gonna add some stuff there. They said maybe that it's somehow connected to the story. This is the weird part about it, and when I do my review of this game and I really concentrate on the story, I don't think I'll do a review of the game until much later, because I know they're going to add something. I know they're going to add another character to this game. Obviously, we know which character it is. Obviously, we should know. We should know which character it is. We don't need to make that type of assumption. We just know he's coming. We just know. But when all the DLC comes out, I will do a review of it. And I'm really gonna have to talk about how they really try to set this whole thing up. So you're gonna see a very in-depth look into how they wrote the story of all of these characters, especially what they do with Tekken and all the rest of it. Anyway, I want to get to what we forgot to do, or what you did not hear. As you can see, unlike all the other games, all the other fighting games, which everybody has been complaining about, we don't know how to not enough risk reward and all the rest of it. They do an introduction, and it is pretty in depth, just like Blaze Blue was pretty in depth with its particular thing. And you see here, you have all these things here about strike first, choose distance, watch your surroundings, and all the rest of it. Now, I just want to let you know on a particular move concerning a particular move which they have added something special into it. I want to go back to combat lessons and universal tactics. They have it here. It's not the 8-way run. That one. That's not the reversal edge counter. And reversal edge clashes. That's the thing they have there. It's like the finishing move in Tekken, but there are many different ways of handling that particular aspect. They call it aerial. They call it air combos. It's not. Well, in YouTube you will hear it as air combo. They call it aerial strike. It's aerial combo. And using the ring, and then Ukemi, which is kind of strange, because if you heard from if you heard the idea comes from, you guessed it, Fire Pro Wrestling. Well, it's actually a technique that they use in Japanese martial arts. It's pretty much the same idea in this particular thing, but it's kind of like is a little different. So you have to understand about the Japanese language. There's 40 different meanings for certain words, but there are just one meaning for 40 different words. Just understand this. If you're in a wrestling parlance, all Hurricanranas are Steiners, but not all Steiners are Hurricanranas. Get it? It's all Steiners are Ranas, but not all Hurricanranas are Steiners. Get it? When you get set flying from an enemy attack, you can press it as a ground to immediately recover with what is called a Ukemi. There are multiple types of Yukimi you can perform, but sometimes the best is to do a horizontal Yukimi, which is a downward follow-up attack. So in this particular instance, it is when you are hit with an upper strike that sends you flying. You move the character using the concept of the 8-way move and move them away from the next attack, or move them towards you if you want to play it, if you want to go risky and try and do wake up attack. So the direction of the Yukimi defense is defensive properties. Forward Yukimi cannot be used to use downward follow attacks, but it does let you act quickly if you get up. That's what I was talking about earlier. In contrast, a horizontal Yukimi, which is up or down, can evade downward follow-up with ease, but it leaves you somewhat open to a regular attack. Meanwhile, a back Yukimi can avoid short-range follow-up attacks and help create distance between you and one's opponent. So that's how they do the Yukimi. But the way they talk about Yukimi in Fire Pro Wrestling is about taking hits and then having enough spirit during the latter part of the match to come back and win. To come back and win the match. So the way they use this particular word in different contexts, in different games, especially in these fighting games, which you can consider Fire Pro Wrestling being one of them, is very interesting. So you can see how language is used and its definitions can be used in completely different contexts, but the spirit of the language or the spirit of the idea sort of remains the same. But what we were really discussing about lethal hits, no. This is it. Blue lightning, break attacks. What you're going to hear on YouTube is how the game handles whose turn is it in the particular aspect of the game. Okay, so whose turn is it? Unlike any other game in all the different fighting franchises, this particular game is based on whose turn is it. What happens is you make one attack, the other player, the defender, will return in kind. So after a combo, you cannot make another move. He must get a turn in. This changes with break attacks. These are powerful attacks that are capable of breaking an opponent's guard. It's signified with blue lightning that appears when executed. When they can be performed by pressing L1, although each lightning style has multiple other attacks of breaking an opponent's guard. Break attacks are slow to execute. Without careful strategic planning, your opponent can easily dodge them or counter with quick attacks. This is what I'm saying, that the concept of you going first and them going next is important. They can break it with quick attacks. Another thing this game is different than the others is that you cannot guard for a long time. So they emphasize aggressive play at all times. So you cannot just guard and turtle. You cannot guard and turtle. It's just not possible. What you can do, however, this is to crushing an opponent's guard. And what they say here with crushing an opponent's guard, although guarding will save you from opponent's attack, it is also drains your limited supply of guard stamina. That's what they call it. Once your remaining guard stamina runs low, the guard stamina is strangely interesting. That little golden, let's go back. See the little golden thing on top of the health bar? No, it's right on top of the blue health bar there. That's your guard stamina. It will turn red when it gets there, and then once it turns red and it breaks, you're screwed. So don't let it get to red at any time. Don't let it get to red. We'll get to the move list later. What they call air control, they call it aerial control. Now, they put all the info there. Your health gauge, it will grow yellow, but if you continue to guard, it will grow red and aggressively flash. If you persist to continue to guard, your guard will be crushed, leaving you wide open to attack from your opponent. You therefore need to be careful with the amount of attacks you need to directly guard against, while at the same time, making your opponent continues to guard your attacks to drain their guard stamina. So, aggressive play is needed. Aggressive play is needed. Moving away from attacks is also needed. But the interesting thing with this particular character is that you know how samurais are. They don't move back. They can move left or right. They never move backwards. This is a whole cultural thing that we have learned in the West. They always move forward. They never move backwards. Let's call for a retreat. Then you have lethal hits, frozen grapple breaks. Then you have break and crash and guard impacts. Guard impacts are performed by pressing forward and G, and they're used to repel a grapple attack and break their posture. Interestingly enough, if it is a light attack, it does heavy damage. If it's a heavy damage attack, with the exception of the blue wave and the lethal hit attack, it goes as light damage. Why is the light attack do heavy damage? I think the way they did it is that so many people is going to do left attacks, they're going to try and play footsie games. They will punish you if you play the footsie game. I think this is one of the rare games that punish footsies hard if someone is smart enough to play the guard impact game. They punish the footsies hard. And that is one of the reasons why I figured that this game in some ways is better than the other particular games of its type. I'm not saying it's better than Tekken or this, but it is definitely much more intriguing than say Street Fighter V. It's more like Blaze Blue is, but we'll get to that later. What they have also here is the move level, which denotes the strength when it clashes with other attacks. More levels could classify attack as either weak, medium, or strong. They also affect what happens if a vertical attack clashes with a horizontal attack. Vertical attacks are strong against horizontal. While the two clash, the vertical attack level will be considered one level higher than normal. For instance, if a medium vertical attack clashes with a strong vertical, its strength will be roughly equivalent to a strong horizontal while resolving the clash. So what happens is, it is very rare for similar attacks to clash. Or if they do clash, it will send the enemy backward. It will send the enemy backward a bit. So read all of these universal tactics, and you can see it in action in YouTube as well. I want to go to Mrs. Zergi first, and we're going to do more about these particular characters on Fight Night this week at 10 o'clock. Tenpu Kozai Ryukai is a fighting style developed for use with the katana, a balanced blade with a razor-sharp cutting edge. Now, y'all folks who talk about swords and blades and all this shit, look, man, it's so weird. It's so weird. It's weird. Come on now. It's weird. You can't defeat no European blade. It wasn't even meant to go against European blades. It was meant for quick strikes, folks. Can we stop it, please? This is a video game. That has a woman with a circular blade. And y'all complain about a katana. Are you motherfucking serious, man? Now, 16th century, now this is it goes back to the 16th century, mind you. The style supports a variety of offensive and defensive techniques, and as a master of it will never find themselves at a disadvantage. So pretty much this particular character is for beginners. And the more you study him, you can win some matches, even against some of the better players, if they just decide to, be an idiot and not consider the fact that you are only as good as your last match. No matter how weapon his opponent wields or the distance between them, of particular note is the style strength at close range. His powerful low and middle attacks can shred through even the strongest defense. This guy is extremely dangerous. Advanced players, please don't face advanced players unless you know what you're doing. I know that Geralt is more of a precision fighter, but once they come out with the tiers after they fix the thing with the lag situation, which is like a second ahead, they should fix it within the next couple of weeks or so, and then the DLC for 2B comes out. I think once they fix it, they will then we'll figure out the tiers. I think they might have, but I'm not sure. Because I'll tell you that if they already did the tier thing there without them fixing the menu, we'll find out. They'll do a tier for outside and for online and offline. And see how strong they are. But I'm thinking that he'll be around A to S rank because of the things they put in there. Plus the bug that was once that they had to remove in future iterations of the game has now become a feature in this particular game, making him extremely dangerous. Of particular note is the style strength and close range, as we have said before. In addition, with the Kai's basic stance, the style boasts two other unique stances, Mist and Relic. Quick switching from stance to stance, so he has three stances, allows a clever swordsman to catch the opponent off guard. The sheer variety of different techniques in Tenpu Kozai Ryukai shows how eager its creator was to learn new skills, and the style's completely evolving repertoire that has his most powerful asset. High guard breaking power. At close range, you can use the low leap of the Loach or Stalk Shiver. If your opponent's hair is low, you got Heaven Cannon for lethal hit, leaving them open to damaging, getting close to your opponent and breaking through their guard. So this guy here, you must break through. This guy here is about breaking the guard. If he block, break it. Find a way to break it. Because if you peek block, break it, it's over. As soon you block, you break it. That's why dodge him and get away from this dude at all point times. If you're playing against him, dodge him and get away from him at all times. Don't try and play the little nitty. At long range, he's at somewhat limited, so you want to put yourself like halfway across the sword and on the sides of him if you want to play him that way. Because as soon as you guard, he breaks it. His main modus operandi is break the guard all the time. Break the guard all the time. Find a way to break the guard. So choosing distance, they can close the gap with Swift Edge, Belt Breaker, and Shin Slicer. When finding up close, you need to attack your opponent with a quick strike before breaking their guard. Airtail is down B. Double Binder is forward A and A. A useful move to get sidestepping opponents to get them to guard. Every time, you got to be careful with the guard. Listen, folks, if you don't know guard impact, especially against this guy, you're screwed. This is how you beat him. You beat him with guard impact, and you know that if he does side to side, you're screwed. So you figure out how to get that guard impact, especially against his faster moves, which are a little slower than the others, but it's faster moves. It's faster quick strike. And then you can push him around and you can make those attacks there. Now, you can crush your opponent's guard with Firebrand. If he defends using Reversal Edge, turn the tables with a break attack using the following combination. You can use Double Binder Relic, which is forward hold A. The Firebrand, which is during the relic, is B. Alternatively, you can aim for a counter hit with Drum Breath Mist Stance, which is hold back, hold A into a Cloud Cutter during mist, which is B to the B to the B to the B. If you are mastering him, you exploit his mistakes with Rib Ripper. If your opponent launches an attack that misses, oh good God, you're dead. It will counters them with Rib Ripper, which is down, hold, or up, hold A. It will count as a lethal hit, leaving them openings to damaging calls. The move is also useful if your opponent faints in response to a Swift Edge, or if they report a Reversal Edge against a Heavy Cannon. While evading attacks with the 8-way run, keep the Rib Ripper in mind. Thunderbolt Blade is a mid attack that deals a huge amount of damage after landing it. That's the Thunderbolt Blade. Thunderbolt Blade can always be used as a follow-up attack if you land that counter with Twisted Gold. So it's a good move to add to an offensive close range strategy. Additionally, if your opponent tries to launch a move up close, its speed will give you the upper hand. The middle attack Nirvana Cannon. Yeah. During Soul Charge, and the low attack Harvest Dance during Soul Charge, which is Kick BB, can be used boosting your offensive close range abilities. Soul Charge can be an effective way of gaining victory in one fell swoop. So Nirvana Cannon is another dangerous move. During Soul Charge, during Phoenix Tail and Obedience, K and then B. It's K and then B become break attacks that cannot be defended against reversal edges. Additionally, the horizontal middle attack Pink L, which is B and A, which is B then A, it does increase damage and it's easier to land from far away. Master these techniques and use them to enhance your Coast Guard breaking capabilities. Following up with A, your following up attack is AAA. It sends your attack flying, usually for ring out strategies. Following up with B, a successful hit gives you a chance to break your opponent's guard and following up with K. So those are his reversal edges. Okay, let's look at the move list here. Double binder, which is 2 swings, 2 horizontal. Heaven's Cannon, which is down, which is, they call it 6, right? They call it 4 or 5, I'm not sure. They call it 3B. 3B is that's Heaven's Gun. Quartering Strike, B and then Guard. B and then G, which is B and guard. Thunderbolt Blade is a gauge attack. Hold on, I'm sorry. Double Binder is A. Heaven's Cannon is down B. 3B. Leap of the Launch. Leap of the Loop, which is 1 BB. Sunflip Relic, which is 1 BA plus B. And you can see the damage quality there, right there. Dark Saber is K and B. Furious Slash Miss, that's his stance. He changes his stance there into a miss. Then he goes into Cloud Cutter, which is Dory Miss and 3 and all B buttons. They go high, 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 mid. Swift Edge is him just walking forward. Him just walking forward. It's all about breaking the guard. Shellbreaker. Break guard. Every time. Think about breaking the dude's guard. That's why you must attack him first. Combo 1 does the main attack. Now reversal of it is Pillory Strike. The whole delayed thing. Then Bamboo Fan Slice. AAA. That will be an easy ring out if you get him on the right place. See that there? Do you see where he get him on the edge there? If you got a ring out there, if you can get him somewhere in the towards the side there, it's easy ring out because of that push. You might be able to do it. Then here's another one, Blind Slice. Get them turned too, so you can set up a kick there. I think a kick, one of his kicks, if you can get his relic set up, if you can get it on this particular stance with the relics here, I think you can stop him. What are the swans here? If the reversal edge is speed, that you see that on the last part there. It breaks his guard. It somewhat breaks his guard. Now, Harvest Lantern survive. This is a side hit. Harvest Dark Reaper, KKB. See that low kick there? Then you have guard. What? Everybody has this. If you that guard there, I think you can do a move from G. Oh boy. You see that forward step there? If he misses high, you're done. Because this guy breaks guard all the time. When you miss high with any character, and you are not guarding, the match is over. There is just too many ways to end this match, to end matches. Too many ways. And there's a side step. And he will kill you if you did. That sidestep actually moves him towards your back, and he got you everywhere. Here's this back step. It's actually a forward. It actually moves him up. He does not move backwards. It's you that moves backwards.
Time to end you.
This is his gauge attack. This is Thunderbolt Blade.
Depart this life. Mercy. I have
This is where he does the soul charge. Now he does Chair Step. Nirvana Cannon. Roaring Top. Harvest Dance. Endless Howl. Exploding Flame War. Imperial Zeal. Step Heaven Dance. Now horizontal attack is Primal Shadow Rush. Double Binder. Double Binder Relic. Twisted Gold. To break his guard. Knee slice there. Chin slice to A. Pattern down. Strong breath. Strong breath miss. This is when crouching knee slice. This is when raising shears. Feel read during jump. Reverse slice during facing away. Also hidden slice there. Then the vertical transfer tribute, which is BB and B. BB, hold, and MB. Tribute miss. Mass is T hold. Feint L, which is feint left. Furious Flash into miss. Heaven's Cannon. Air Tail. Leap for the Loach. Thumb Flip Relic. Rinhole Upper. Upper Arch. Heavenly Stitch. Holy Rust. Reverse Divide, which is fading away. Hidden Divide, which is also fading away. Kick is Sharp Kick. Obedience. This is interesting because there is no kick in that one. Wheel kick there. Front kick there. Hemi switch here. Soft Reaver. Soft Reaver miss. Bullet Cutter. Pim Stick. Bullet Stopper. Jump Kick. Reverse. Hidden. Snap. Dual button attacks. Geyser Cannon. Reverse and thrust. Cold Stitch. I think you do Cold Stitch if the guy is down like that. Wheel Splash. Steel Slicer. Triple Steel. During the hit, it has to be exact timing. Full Moon Disembowel. Full Moon Disembowel. You must hold. Samurai Tackle. Appeal, which is his taunt. 8-way rumble switch edge. Red Ripper. Red Ripper is this is the Red Ripper right there. Drawn Air. Drawn Air Relic. Heavenly Dance. Heavenly Dance into Relic. Hell Flash there. Front Flames. Front Flames into Mist. Front Flames cancel into Relic. Ball Tail Breaker. Rise Knee. Chin Clip. Bullet Cutter. and then Phoenix Tail, and then Phoenix Tail cancel into Relic. His throws is Sea of Madness, Zen Blade, Gate of Hell, which is his left throw, 8 Pills Punishment, which is his right, Divine Gift, which is his back, Lion's Clutch, which is A and G, Lion's Clutch, Soaring Mist, which is it. And we go there to see a man. Silent Step is a special move. Then, his Ear Slicer, which is down forward K to a hit and guard. You must have exact timing. It's A. Stepstone Divide, Silent Stalk Spin. You can do Silent Stalk Spin when the guy is down and then go into Relic. Miss. Or you can do alternate output. Miss. Full Divide during Miss. Call Cutter, you know this one. Call Cutter into Relic. Purifying Thrust is Miss. Water Bunny Thrust into Miss. Divide, Miss. Divide when hit and performing, so this is a reversal. Lion's Clutch, Miss. Relic during Miss. You can do Misstep, Miss Jump, Miss Duck, Relic. Relic again. Foot Claw, Relic. This is a dangerous move here. It's double A. Quick Draw, Miss. You can switch between Risk and Melee. So Firebrand is also that Reversal Edge. Leaping the Bullet, throwing Relic, and he just does a power roll. Right. Then Mist, and then False Purification Relic. False Purification Relic, and then he does that. You must get it time to your opponent's attack. That's it. And then Relic Step, and Relic Jump, and then Relic Duck. Evil Hit Attack is Sin Splicer. Wow. Pattern Dance is another one. Smash. Heavy Cannon. Nirvana Cannon. Thumb Flip Relic. Geyser Cannon. Heavenly Fist. Red Ripper. Firebrand. Woo! This happens during Relic. That is absolutely nasty. Bamboo Blind Slice. After the reversal edge hits. This is Bamboo Blind Slice into Relic. Flight of the Swan after reversal edge hit. Harvard Latin Strike with the KBB. Harvard Stalk with Reaper after the reversal edge hits again. And we go back to main attacks here. So pretty much this guy is absolutely crazy with those moves. Did you see that last move there? That's just madness. Absolutely madness. So we're done here for today. We'll continue with more later on. And don't forget that Fire Pro Wrestling Fridays is available every Friday. Will be available later on today, starting at 5 p.m. on the PlayStation Zeitgeist channel on YouTube. As a matter, we'll cover that for you. We've got a lot of interesting matches coming up, and there will be something that will be amazingly done this week. So, on the main event. So, thank you for listening. We'll have more of the training sections later on the Dark Timeline Chronicles. This is, well, not Dark Timeline Chronicles, on the PlayStation, on Friday Fright Night. This is Novid from Last Thing in 4. We will see you guys later.